Okay, so what we've got here is our tag off of our seed box. And so once again, we're just looking at the seeds per pound on this tag. And if we look at that pre-season, we know beforehand if this seed is going to work with this disc. And of course, you know, we've got our larger seed, it's crowding each other out. That's not going to work. And so of course, we open our operator's manual and look at our seed chart as we looked at earlier. And one of the big complaints we have, misdirected complaint, is that, hey, I've got a piss poor stand, the seed came up, and I've got skips everywhere. And if a person makes a poor seed disc selection, then that's not necessarily the planter's fault. Okay, so pre-season, it is a good idea to look in your operator's manual. Here we are in the soybean section. We're going to look at our number of seeds per pound. So we're scaling down, and if we have 3,500 seeds per pound and above, we need to be looking at maybe the 130-35, the 80-35, or the 100-35 soybean disc. Once again, that 35 represents 3.5 millimeters. And if we're below that 3,500 range, then we're okay with the number ending in 45. So that'd be 4.5 millimeters per hole. This small seed here, I obtained from a customer who was having some issues planting it with the 130 45 disc, 130 cell, 4.5 millimeter diameter. This small seed might represent a seed that would be 3,500 seeds per pound or greater. And in this example, some of this seed is so small that it drops right through drops right through the hole. And the other problem that he was having was that even as the seed was poured out, some of it just filled the hole in. And this is something that might show up on our AccuStat singulation, the CV value, the coefficient of variation. And so this is something that would show as a skip. And you might have a poor stand if something like this happened. So even as that disc comes around, it would never pick up new seed. It's almost like that hole's not even there. You just plug the hole. So a little bit better selection might be a same number of cells per disc, 130 cells at 3.5 millimeter. So on this disc, the holes are just a little bit smaller. This disc is rated for seed over 3,500 seeds per pound. We have no problem whatsoever. The seed does not plug the hole, does not drop through the hole. The seed disc is a very good selection for this seed size. Now, seed that's under 3,500 seeds per pound, of course, it's poor selection. As the seed is so big, they're going to crowd each other out, as we showed in an earlier video. Better selection for that larger seed. These 130 cell discs are meant for a 30-inch planter. So for a 30-inch planter to remain in that optimal RPM range, we might go to a 100 cell disc. So here's a 100, 45. So for the larger seed, yeah, we're dropping down our number of holes per disc, but we're still going to be in that optimal RPM range. We're going to hit the sweet spot, and you can see these seeds have plenty of room. They're not going to crowd each other out. We're going to maintain good vacuum. They also do sell this disc in a 3.5 millimeter hole diameter. If you have a split row planter, you can purchase the 80 cell disc, and they sell that once again in a 35 or 45, 3.5 or 4.5 millimeter diameter. And so this one's versatile, but yet if you go to an 80 cell disc, you might not hit that optimal RPM range on a 30-inch row planter. This is a better choice for a 15-inch split row planter, because we'll hit the RPM range. This is 35. This one's a very versatile disc. Would probably handle both seed sizes. So this is one of the most common problems we run into, and it's tough to predict each year what hybrid or seed variety or seed size you're going to get. But if you can get access to your seed tag, take a glance, and then open your ops manual, look at the chart in there, and try to match your seed size to your disc, or vice versa, match your discs to your seed size.